This is TNC Movie
We're
Nights,
starting
and I
now.
promise you that Alex is not laughing because of this garbage-ass
Oh,
movie of
God.
Monty Python,
Oh,
but
don't
because
start
of
with
the
the
blooper we
hate.
just had. We're talking about Monty Python, one of the most overrated movies of all time, in my opinion. I thought I was too young when I watched the first couple times. I just didn't get the humor, but this movie sucks. Before we get into it today, Alex, how you doing?
I'm the same as I was 20 minutes ago. It's the same day. It hasn't been more than a half hour since we recorded the Wednesday episode, people. Don't let him fool you. I still haven't finished the van, and he's still on his first day without working. Peel behind the curtain. It's all fake.
It's all fake. Phony. He's a phony.
He's a fake phony.
It's all about Monty Python. Alex, take it away, man. I don't care.
Alright, I like this movie, but I get it.
Why?
Because it's funny! I like British
Oh,
humor,
what?
though.
Like Animal House is funny?
No, Animal House is stupid. This is self-aware stupid. And it's very, very British humor. And if that's not your thing,
That's what I...
you're not going to like it.
That's
But
the
that's
issue.
Monty Python, though. You know, you're not going to be mad because the Beatles aren't American enough, or... I don't know. It's Monty Python. If you like it, then this goes down as a classic.
But I'm sorry.
You don't. It's so stupid, and I get it. Life of Brian's the same way. It's all Monty Python, man. I think it's freaking hilarious because I love. I don't know. I just love that British humor. How everything is like, all the conversational jabber sort of stuff, like the coconut bit. I love that. Bring Out Your Dead is hilarious to me. The governmental peasant is hilarious to me. The Black Knight fight is hilarious to me. When they're weighing the witch, when they're all talking about that stuff, that is so stupid, but I love it so much. What else floats on water? A duck! It's so stupid, but it's so funny. The French dude in the castle, the Sir Robin songs, all the fourth wall breaks, Sir Lancelot running into the wedding and just killing everybody. I love the running gags and how they don't stop committing to the bit. Like with the swallows coming up the whole time. King Arthur saying 5 instead of 3 for everything. The Bridge of Death with the 3 questions. What's your favorite color? The ending with the cops. The opening credits with the this person got sacked. The person who sacked the person got sacked. I love it all. I get it though. Because it's a lot longer than it is funny. But it's also very funny.
I will say a couple things I do appreciate with the movie. I do appreciate that it's only an hour and a half. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, so I do appreciate that they keep sketch comedy alive through the 70s. They did a pretty good job at that. I guess the thing is, British humor has always been very like dry to me, and I feel like that's what this movie kind of is. And dry humor to me is so dumb. I'm more into the raunchy side of stuff, or just in a cutesy type humor. Like I can do Disney humor, like that stuff's fun. But yeah, I don't know, it misses for me because I just see this like, why right now, and it's because it doesn't fit in, and I'm like, well, that's stupid then, and that's like the punchline for a lot of stuff. It's like it's funny because it's not supposed to be there. And I just don't get that kind of humor personally, and it's so weird. I didn't know. I honestly thought when I looked up the like IMDb rating, all that kind of stuff, this movie would be like a 50%. It's like a 90% everywhere, and I'm like, oh,
The writing is so clever, man. I think that's why I love it so much. It's because, like,
yeah,
to think of some of those scenes, like, a lot of the conversations that happen that go on for way too long, but that are really funny, like when they're arguing about what is a witch and why and all that stuff, or the Bring Out Your Dead thing, or anytime the knights are arguing with, like, the French dude on top of the castle about coconuts or whatever it is. I think the conversations are so funny, and I love how clever they were when they were writing this thing, because it's just so random and it's so stupid, but it's so funny without having to rely on anything other than the writing. Like, the funniest parts for me are the conversations, and I think I just love that because I respect it so much because it takes such clever, talented writers. I don't know why I love it, but I do.
You know, this is actually, I think, the perfect representation or example or reasoning that I can give why I don't like this movie. You know, Alex and myself, both of us, plenty of people out there. I know Alex a little bit more for you because of certain movies, and you've seen more movies. There are plenty of movies you've seen that maybe 10 years ago you saw, or movies that came out in the 60s, 70s, 80s. You're like, that was funny then, but it's not funny now. And it's not that Holy Grail does anything like that. I think my problem is I've seen so many different types of things that I know what kind of humor I like, and it has ruined the idea of dry humor. I didn't really see dry humor until I was probably like 10, 11 years old, and at that point in life, I was already kind of in that stage of I really liked Breakfast Club and all those kind of movies we'll talk about in next month for the 80s. That was the kind of stuff I liked. I liked the kids playing one on the older people, or coming of age type stories that are kind of goofy, little bit raunchy because they're teenagers kind of stuff. Or I'll be honest, I was watching stuff like Superbad a little too early, and that was this kind of stuff that's funny to me. So this stuff just never hit with me, and I don't think it's because it's a poorly written movie. I don't think anything like that. The humor doesn't hit. So it's a quality movie. I'll be very honest. There are some interesting things that they do. I can appreciate the different art directions they do every once in a while, maybe because it was just budget reasonings, but it fits well with the movie and the theme and the tone. So, at the end of the day, I don't like the movie because I just don't like that kind of humor. However, I can appreciate the movie for what it is because of, one, what they were working with, and two, what they were going for. And they nailed it on the head. This isn't one of those things where I can say it's a bad movie, because it's not. This isn't a movie where they're like, let's do dry humor or British humor, however you want to put it, and they just completely missed the mark. No, they hit the mark. I just didn't like where they landed. I didn't like the target, so
That's totally fair too.
Yeah.
It's a very specific type of humor, and if that's not your bag, it's not your bag, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you're not. There's no better or worse for not liking a certain type of humor, and if you don't like that type of humor, there's nothing this movie can do for you that's going to make you like it. You're just not going to like it. And, you know, that's why we have different types of humor, because people have different senses of humor, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I get it. I just happen to love dry British humor. I think it's really funny, but I totally understand how that could be, you know, very, very off-putting. I also love, and I had to look this up to make sure that I named all of the bands properly, but when they were looking for funding for this movie, they got a lot of help from a bunch of bands, including Jethro Tull, Pink Floyd, and Led Zeppelin. And I just think that's amazing.
Good on them. It is really cool to be able to do stuff like that. I do love getting to see movies that weren't huge production teams or budget stuff like that, to be able to push through. Yeah, that is cool. Pink Floyd, Zeppelin, Genesis. Wow.
Yeah, and I think they had
cool.
a lot of help from like the Beatles, or maybe just George Harrison or something like that.
I'm not too sure.
I remember watching a thing about Monty Python a long time ago.
That's pretty sweet.
Should have. This just shows you how little goes into some of these episodes. We watch the movie, we're talking about the movie, and I'm like, I should have done more work about this so we could have facts for it. But you know, we don't bill ourselves as a fact-finding podcast show all the time. So I feel like we've made our point very clear that we're just two idiots that like talking about movies.
Yeah,
So,
and let's be honest, this episode was really not to talk about how good or bad Monty Python is. It's for you to hear me with my blasphemy and hit me in the comments with it. So let us know what you think of Monty Python in the comments, please, or how stupid am I for not liking Monty Python. Just give it to me.
We tried to watch Young Frankenstein, but that thing does not stream anywhere. And Monty Python was on Netflix, so we watched Holy Grail, and it was great.
Nice and simple.
Me. Not so much for this one. This one. Reversed.
I think that's really gonna be it.
Yeah, that's
much shorter one. You know, sometimes we like to make them shorter. Expect some news stuff to come out. More episodes each week, so that'll be really exciting.
But until then, Brandon, tell people where they can find us.
Yes, the people can find us at thenerdchambers.com, which was actually just recently updated. We changed up our team page a little bit. We added someone to the page. Joe. Hi, buddy.
What up, Joe?
Love you, man. And we also added join the team page. If you want to possibly become an editor, someone who does some Photoshop for us, for thumbnails, or if you have an idea for your own show, that's something we could also discuss as well. We would love to have more shows on Nerd Chambers, so let us know. It'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, hit it. Let us know. Writers, editors are kind of the two big ones we really want. If you can write and if you just want to make little articles, that's what we would love right now. So let us know at thenerdchambers.com. There's a little form you can fill out. Go ahead and fill it out. Outside of that, though, if you want to support us, support the show, we do got merch. It really does, mean a lot to us. The company that helps us with this is the one that gets a lot of the monies, the proceeds, all that kind of stuff. Which that's not really what we care about. We just love people wearing our stuff. It's really cool. If we ever get to walk around someday, Alex is walking around in Texas for his little trip he's going on right now. If someone's wearing our merch, we would freak out. So it would be really neat. So if you want to support it, Texas. And if you even get some stickers, get some little stickers and just throw them on something. We don't care.
High quality coffee mugs too.
Yeah, exactly. So we do appreciate it. So thank you so much. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And if you like gaming, twitch.tv/TNCPenguin. I'm streaming a lot now because, unemployed. So, on purpose. But, yeah, that's going to do it for us today. So, see you later, everyone.